How do you incorporate data analytics into your company's decision-making and due diligence? This is Nick Elder with Ironton Capital. I'm joined here by Lon Welsh with Ironton Capital, the passive investing specialist for the busy accredited investor, helping you go passive. Today on Coffee Break with Ironton Capital, Lon, we get a lot of questions on due diligence, and our investors want to know, what does your due diligence process look like? So I'd love to hear from you. How do you incorporate, and the investment committee, how do you guys incorporate data analytics into your company's decision-making and due diligence?
That's a fabulous question. I could probably talk for half an hour about this, but I think there's really two very large tranches that you want to think about when addressing this question. So there's the macro environment, and then there's the individual investment. And I guess you could talk a little bit about portfolio construction if you wanted to break it into three parts. So for the macro environment, many of you guys have probably been on the monthly national real estate trends discussion that I do, and I've got about 110 slides usually at any one point in time in that deck, talking about what's driving interest rates, where are rates going to go next, what's going on with population trends and demographics, what does that mean for the supply-demand balance for housing in different types of submarkets, and a whole host of other sorts of topics that go into that. So if you just tune in to my national trends every month and then maybe take a little bit of time to flip through the slides afterwards, because we do make that available to you, you're going to know a lot from the macro side that's going to really do a lot to fill in your perspective about where's the economy at, where's this going, where are the risk factors, how do I hedge those risks? So when you know all that, then you can think about portfolio construction. I think it's a phenomenal time to be building apartment buildings right now, and we talk about the thesis behind that in that 1 hour webinar. So that informs us that maybe we need to be a little heavier on apartments, a little bit less on, say, retail. We also think that industrial, some certain segments of it are very attractive right now. That's informed by that analysis. Hospitality in general, I'm not so bullish on, but there's some small segments within hospitality I absolutely love, and there's some strong macroeconomic tailwinds pushing that segment of hospitality. So the major economic trends inform your portfolio selection of what you want to have more or less of, and then it really gets down to data analysis on the individual project level. So a lot of that's going to be, let's pretend it's multifamily. We want to know how many new apartment complexes are under construction right now, when are they slated to be delivered, what's been the historical trend of absorption or consumer demand to take new apartment units. So one's a supply side, one's a demand side metric, and we can kind of put the two together to say what's likely to happen with the vacancy rate for multifamily by segment within this market, and what is going to be the rent trend, because it's all just a supply and demand equation. It's nothing like overly sophisticated about it. You just have to get into the weeds and get your hands dirty and do the work. And then we may decide that Austin's overbuilt, not attractive for us. Denver's at the peak right now, probably be appropriate in about 12 months, but something like Jacksonville, Florida, just north there actually probably be better than Jacksonville itself, might be like perfect for right now. And then we can look in that MSA and we can rule out a lot of other MSAs. And then we can get very granular about, all right, this particular site's the one that we like. We think within a 3-mile radius, this is our competitor set. These are the new employers that are coming soon. So we've got some real great strong tailwinds for an deployment with people who are going to want to live nearby. So really data analytics goes all the way from the Federal Reserve talking about global strategy on a global basis all the way down to like a neighborhood in a 3-mile radius and every step in between. And we meld all these together to kind of construct a portfolio for you.
That's a fantastic answer. Thanks for that level of detail there. If you'd like to see if passive investing is right for you, please book a 15-minute time with us by going to irontoncapital.com/gopassive. Thank you.